day I told myself that I was going to my first poetry reading to actually read my poetry, I had nightmares for 2 nights straight. Pennywise was chasing after me. It was a month out and I had that much anxiety because I turn into a human vibrator when I'm nervous. Dyslexics are not the best at reading, so I've experienced and been told my whole life, so time to face my fear of the unknown, I guess. On the day, I would breathe, try and center myself, try and find calm. I kept bumping into this lead ball of uncertain dread in the pit of my stomach. I knew why, and it had nothing to do with my fear of reading aloud. It had everything to do with the fact that I knew a lot of the people there were going to be dark brown. I thought what every light beige person thinks when they are faced with this uncomfortable feeling. Am I racist? I thought. I immediately wanted to deny it, but denying it doesn't make it go away. But it is so hard for me to see myself that way. But most of the time when I am around people with dark skin, especially a large group, I feel uncomfortable, men more so than anything. I have my behavioral reasons for that. But maybe it isn't behavioral. Maybe I just don't want to see it. So I guess I have no choice but to be racist, right? There was nothing else that it could be, but I have to face my reading fears first before my fears of being racist. I put that it aside, get my poem, go there with another equally light beige friend. We walked in, and for the first time, I didn't feel what that lead ball was dreading. It wasn't until I didn't feel it that I could finally put words to what that it was. Another time I walked into a place where the majority of the people there were dark brown. I could feel my skin filleted at sight, put on this ugly white pedestal made of the bones and skulls my skin ancestors piled upon each other, of everyone else's ancestors in the room that I just walked into. Being fascinated with behavior since I was 5, as I grew up I became aware of hate. I was confused and intrigued by it because I couldn't understand it. I tried to empathize with my skin ancestors to understand why they felt entitled to slaughter and capture these human beings. The fear in their brown eyes, their cries and tears, the weight of the chains on their wrists cutting into skin as they lay side by side and on their loved ones, wishing for God to save them, trying to tell their brother or sister under them, it's okay, it will be okay, day after day, until silence fell in the wake of their death. Your weight is what killed them. And waiting for others on top of you to do you in, asking God why is this happening, searching for reason and understanding, but it doesn't come. Somehow you survive. You feel guilt. Why did I survive? These devils beat you, sell you, in a strange land, in a strange language filled with such cruelty, and again you feel guilty. Because you find a part of yourself hating those that died, for they left you behind. You ask, why not me? What did I do to God to deserve to be left behind in what can only be hell? In an empathizing exercise, I can't even stay in the hateful intent for a second, despite the skin color we share, because I see the sadness, pain, and terror encapsulated in the brown irises I envisioned, as more relatable than the hate my skin's hue once cocooned. No wonder we are so uncomfortable when we walk into a room filled with the descendants of people our ancestors tortured and killed. They have a damn good reason to hate us if they do. Part of us feels we deserve it. No wonder so many of us are so timid or overly polite or make really, really, really stupid comments. Because the uncomfortable feeling we don't completely understand, so we overcompensate, for we fearfully interpret it as we must be racist. This is not the sole reason for white supremacists. We are all products of the same society, but not always the same culture or nurture that creates our own fear of the unknown, uncomfortable, chasing us as Pennywise. I just faced my reading fear. Now I find I have another fear to face. If you guys are curious about anything else it is that I write or do, just hit the links below and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Every other time,